Welcome back to Deciphering Zodiac, a Chronicle of Terror, brought to you by History and Crime. This is episode 12, titled The Later Letters. In this episode, we delve into the Zodiac's later letters, including the controversial Exorcist letter, and explore the fascinating world of cryptography. As the years passed, the Zodiac continued to send letters to the media. These letters often included taunts to the police, threats of more violence, and sometimes even cryptograms. However, as time went on, the frequency of these letters began to decrease. This decrease in communication added another layer of mystery to the Zodiac case. Was the Zodiac losing interest? Or was he simply changing his tactics? One of the most infamous of these later letters is the Exorcist letter. Sent to the San Francisco Chronicle in January 1974, the Zodiac praised the movie The Exorcist as the best satirical comedy that I have ever seen. This bizarre praise for a horror movie seemed to be in stark contrast to the Zodiac's previous communications, which were typically more menacing and cryptic. Included with the letter was a new score, Me 837 SFPD Yolt Zoo, suggesting that the Zodiac claimed to have killed 37 victims. This claim was chilling, not only because of the high number, but also because it suggested that the Zodiac was still active and potentially planning more attacks. The Exorcist letter was controversial due to its timing and its content. It arrived long after the last confirmed Zodiac murder, leading some to question its authenticity. Furthermore, the tone of the letter, with its praise for a horror movie, seemed to be in stark contrast to the Zodiac's previous communications. Despite the controversy, the Exorcist letter remains a part of the Zodiac's chilling legacy. It serves as a reminder of the Zodiac's twisted sense of humour and his desire to instill fear and confusion. But what other letters did the Zodiac send, and what did they reveal? The Zodiac sent several other letters in the following years, each with a different theme and tone. Some of these letters were the Badlands letter, sent in July 1974, in which the Zodiac commented on the movie Badlands, starring Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek, and compared himself to the main characters, who were based on real-life killers Charles Starkweather and Carol Ann Fugate. The Zodiac also claimed to have killed a woman and her baby, and hinted at his location and his next target. The SLA letter, sent in February 1974, in which the Zodiac expressed his support for the Symbionese Liberation Army, a radical left-wing group that had kidnapped heiress Patty Hearst. The Zodiac also claimed to have escaped from the police several times and mocked them for their incompetence and corruption. The Red Phantom letter, sent in July 1974, in which the Zodiac used a new name and a new symbol and claimed to have killed 13 people. The Zodiac also included a list of movies, books and songs that he liked, and a crossword puzzle that he challenged the readers to solve. These are just some of the later letters that the Zodiac sent, but there were others. Each letter provided some clues and hints, but they also raised more questions and speculations. The letters showed the Zodiac's diverse and eclectic interests and his apparent desire to communicate and interact with the public. The letters also showed the Zodiac's arrogance and confidence and his apparent lack of remorse or fear. But why did the Zodiac's communication decrease, and what happened to him? The Zodiac's communication decreased significantly after 1974, and he sent only a few more letters in the following years. The last confirmed letter from the Zodiac was sent in April 1978, and it was a short and simple message in which the Zodiac claimed to have killed 37 people and signed with his usual symbol. The reasons and factors that influenced the Zodiac's decrease in communication are still unclear and may never be known for sure. However, some possible explanations are: the Zodiac became bored or dissatisfied with his crimes and his letters, and he lost interest or motivation to continue. He may have felt that he had achieved his goals or fulfilled his fantasies, and he moved on to other things. He may have also felt that his letters were not getting the attention or the recognition that he wanted, and he stopped sending them. The Zodiac became afraid or paranoid of being caught or exposed, and he changed his tactics or his identity. He may have realized that his crimes and his letters were putting him at risk, and he decided to lay low or to stop. He may have also altered his appearance or his behavior, and he avoided any connection or association with the Zodiac case. The Zodiac died or was arrested for other crimes, and he was unable to continue his crimes and his letters. He may have succumbed to illness, injury, or suicide, and he ended his life. He may have also committed other crimes that led to his arrest or imprisonment, and he was prevented from continuing his activities. These are just some of the possible reasons and factors that influenced the Zodiac's decrease in communication, but there may have been other influences or circumstances that affected his behavior. The Zodiac's fate and motives remain a mystery, and the reasons behind his silence remain unknown. The Zodiac may have left clues or hints, but they have not been found or deciphered. The Zodiac may still be alive, or he may be dead. The truth may never be known unless the Zodiac himself reveals it or is revealed by others. The mystery remains unsolved, and the silence remains a haunting mystery. Now let's delve into the fascinating world of cryptography. Cryptography is the practice and study of techniques for secure communication in the presence of third parties. It has been used for thousands of years, from the simple substitution ciphers used by Julius Caesar to the complex digital encryption algorithms used today. The Zodiac was known for his use of complex ciphers, which he included in his letters to the media. These ciphers were a mix of symbols, letters, and numbers, and they have baffled investigators and codebreakers for decades. The ciphers added a unique element to the Zodiac case, turning it into not just a manhunt, but also a puzzle to be solved. Despite the efforts of countless professional and amateur codebreakers, many of the Zodiac ciphers remain unsolved. However, in December 2020, a team of 3 codebreakers finally managed to crack one of the most infamous ciphers, known as the 340 cipher. This team consisted of David Oranchak, a software developer from the United States, Sam Blake, a mathematician from Australia, and Jarl van Eyck, a Belgian logistician. Cracking the 340 cipher was a monumental task. The team had to try countless combinations of symbols and letters using both manual analysis and computer algorithms. After many months of work, they finally managed to decipher the message. However, the cracked cipher did not reveal the killer's identity as many had hoped it would. Instead, it contained a chilling message from the Zodiac, in which he seemed to revel in the fear and confusion he was causing. But what impact and implications did the cracked 340 cipher have, and why? The cracked 340 cipher had a huge impact and implications, both for the Zodiac case and for the code-breaking community. The cracked 340 cipher was a confirmation of the Zodiac's authenticity, as it matched the handwriting and the style of his previous letters, and it contained some of the symbols and words that he had used before. It also confirmed that the Zodiac was indeed the author of the 340 cipher, and that he had not been impersonated or copied by others. It also confirmed that the Zodiac was still alive and active in 1969 when he sent the cipher, and that he had not stopped or died before then. A validation of the code breakers' efforts, as it proved that the cipher was solvable and that the code breakers had not wasted their time or resources. It also proved that the code breakers had used the correct methods and techniques, and that they had not made any mistakes or errors. It also proved that the code breakers had worked together as a team, and that they had used their skills and knowledge to solve the cipher. A possibility of new leads and evidence, as it provided new information and clues about the Zodiac's crimes, motives, and identity. It also provided new challenges and questions for the investigators and the code breakers, and it opened up new avenues and directions for the investigation. It also provided new hope and curiosity for the public and the media, and it renewed the interest and the attention to the Zodiac case. These are some of the impacts and implications of the Crack 340 cipher, but there may be more. The Crack 340 cipher was a historic and significant discovery, and it shed new light on the Zodiac case. The Crack 340 cipher was also a source of inspiration and motivation for the code breakers, as it encouraged them to try to crack the other ciphers that the Zodiac had sent, such as the 32-symbol cipher and the 13-symbol cipher. These ciphers remain unsolved, and they may contain more clues and hints about the Zodiac's crimes, motives, and identity. The code breakers hope that by cracking these ciphers, they may be able to solve the Zodiac case, or at least bring some closure and justice to the victims and their families. That concludes episode 12 of our series. In the next episode, we will discuss the impact of the Zodiac case on popular culture, including copycat killers and false confessors. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the chilling chronicle of the Zodiac Killer. Until next time, stay safe and keep exploring the fascinating world of history and crime with us.